Merry Christmas, and the first three games for week 17 are done. Let's go over it. Welcome, everybody, to Top Dog Coverage, where it is your Christmas week. Thursday night football was actually Thursday football, where we had three games of some of the best Christmas football we've had in a long time. A lot of divisional games, but we are here to recap those games. If you have not yet, please follow us at Top Dog Coverage on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Swipe up on that Apple and on that Spotify. Check out topdogcoverage.com. You want to have a little bit of fun. Add your your favorite teams on there, and all the data comes to us, and we find out what our viewers and who our viewers really like. C-Dub, my main man, how was your Christmas, sir?
It was good. Nice and chill. Nothing too crazy. Just all day. Got to watch ball. It was nice. How was yours?
It was relaxing. And that's half the battle sometimes, isn't it?
That's a dub.
It is a dub. It ain't a C-Dub, because that's a little bit better than a dub. But
what about all that?
But with that, we there were some games to be played. Some people that were not expected to be hurt around this time. Didn't expect some upsets the way we did, but divisional games, man, that's what they do, right? They make it tough to gauge, and they make it tough to see what's going to happen on that field.
Yeah, despite all the injuries for a lot of these teams, and most of them being out of playoff contention, they bailed the NFL out because there was very good chance that these were going to be some awful games. And overall, they actually weren't too bad. A lot of sloppy football, a lot of ugliness, but they were all fairly close, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah. But before we jump into that, let's jump into some news. Time for the news. The news is brought to you by Norse-Hall.com. If you guys have not yet, please go on to Norse-Hall.com. That's where you can get some of your best and favorite hot sauce based out of West Virginia, and maybe some mead. Yes, I said it, some mead, M-E-A-D. That is some honey wine. And if you guys want, and you are ever so generous, please go there, buy a case of some mead and case of some hot sauce. Norse-Hall.com. C-Dub, you want to start us off with some NFL news?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go to Vegas. So the Raiders are shutting down star edge rusher Maxx Crosby. So with the Raiders approaching a critical game regarding their chances at the number one pick, they are moving forward without another critical player in their lineup. Maxx Crosby will not play against the Giants on Sunday. Vegas informed Crosby he will be inactive on Sunday. Ian Rappaport of NFL Network reports the five-time Pro Bowler wants to play down the stretch despite the fact the Raiders have long been out of playoff contention. The team's preference would be for Crosby to be sidelined for the final 2 weeks of the season. Fox Sports' Jay Glazer adds head coach Pete Carroll has since confirmed via Vincent Bonsignore of the Las Vegas Review-Journal the team is shutting down its top player. Per Glazer, Crosby vehemently disagreed with the decision to sit him and left the team facility upon learning the news. He adds this episode could invite a new round of speculation regarding the decorated edge rusher's future in Las Vegas. Crosby has, of course, been tied to trade talk over the years, but owner Mark Davis has fiercely denied any suggestions about a parting of ways receiving consideration. And this is directly from Maxx Crosby. He said, "Yeah, I don't give a bleep about the pick, to be honest." Crosby said earlier this week when asked about the number one selection in April's draft, "I don't play for that. That's not my job. My job is to be the best defensive end in the world, being a great leader, being an influence."
Yeah, he is, I mean, one of the top. defensive edge rushers out there. And, you know, if the guy wants to play, you know, at one point or another, you know, I understand that you're not playing for anything at this point, but at the same time, you know, that says a lot about his character, you know, whether he stays or he doesn't stay, because, you know, Max Crosby is just a monster of his own. This says a lot about his character. He's a dog. He wants to be on the field.
Yeah, he's also dealt with the knee injury for almost the entire year too that he's been playing through. Mm-hmm. So I see it from both sides. I get you still want to play, but obviously the season's a wash. You want to have your best pass rusher, best defensive guy healthy. So I do understand shutting him down. I mean, they just shut down Brock Bowers as well, you know, because he had that MCL injury that really kind of limited him the entire season. So
yeah, his MC, I mean, that took him out for a good chunk of the season there too, and that was not something that especially fantasy owners wanted to hear after knowing that, you know, he finished top tight end last year. He was an absolute monster, and he still wound up, you know, very, very high on the scale with these rankings at the end of this year too. So it's you know, good for him. He's an absolute dog. But yeah, you got to protect your players too, because sometimes the players can't protect themselves.
Correct. Yeah, so I mean, I see it from both sides. You just wish it would have been handled a little bit differently. So I don't know. I mean, especially how fast all this got out. I mean, this happened earlier today, December 26th. So crazy.
Yeah. All right. So let's go over to Wisconsin, where Green Bay Packers rule out Jordan Love for Week 17. So rather than a Lamar Jackson and Jordan Love game, Saturday's Ravens-Packers matchup is likely to feature two backup quarterbacks. So Jackson is doubtful, and the Packers ruled out Love due to the concussion he sustained last week. Malik Willis will start for the Green Bay Packers, and Tyler Huntley on track to face the Packers in a do-or-die matchup for the Ravens. This is not a short week for the Packers, so they played last Saturday in Chicago, but Love is still going through the concussion protocols and the steps. So thus, you know, Willis will make his first start of the season. So hit from the Bears defender Austin Booker concussed Love last week, leading to Willis reemerging for duty. So this weekend's going to be a little bit different. You know, two backups, two teams that need to stay in it. It's going to be...
Well, Packers clinched with the Lions losing to the Vikings, so they're in. So it's a good opportunity and good showcasing for Malik Willis, since he'll be a free agent this offseason. So it's a good chance for him to go out there and ball. I think Green Bay's got a plethora of weapons, and he's looked decent in all the times he's had to come in for various Love injuries. So
yeah. I think that, you know, Ravens still have a slither of a chance, right?
Mm-hmm. They got to win. If they don't win, the Steelers clinch. So
yeah, okay.
One of the situations that if Green Bay ends up winning the game on Saturday, Steelers could rest a lot of their starters because they're in, and there's nothing they can do for seeding to move up. So interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go to Indianapolis. We got a couple updates for the Colts. The Colts are to place defensive tackle DeForest Buckner on injured reserve. Sauce Gardner is also set to return in Week 17. DeForest Buckner returned in Week 16, coming back after a lengthy absence. A durable player throughout his Indianapolis stay, the veteran defensive tackle will not play the rest of the way. The Pro Bowl presence aggravated his neck injury and is heading back to injured reserve, Coach Shane Steichen said on Friday via Fox's Mike Chappelle. The Colts do not expect this to threaten Buckner's 2026 season, but he will be shut down. Surgery will be required on Buckner's disc herniation before a return commences at this time, Steichen said. Indianapolis had activated Buckner from injured reserve ahead of its Week 16 Monday nighter. He returned to his place in the team's starting lineup and played nearly 67% of the Colts' defensive snaps. Buckner rehabbed without surgery to return against the Niners, but the ex-San Francisco first-round pick will be unable to finish out a last-ditch Indianapolis playoff push. On a better injury note for the Colts, as they cling to wildcard hopes, cornerback Sauce Gardner is expected to return from a calf injury that has cost him 3 games. So Gardner and left tackle Bernard Raymond are expected back against the Jaguars per Steichen. So the Colts-Gardner trade has not panned out like the team had hoped. After being squarely on track for their first playoff berth since 2020, the Colts sent the Jets 2 first-round picks and wide receiver Adonai Mitchell to the Jets for the All-Pro cornerback. Gardner played in 3 Colts games before going down, and Indianapolis has sunk to 8-7. Daniel Jones' presence represented part of the team's equation in acquiring Gardner, as a first-round pick was unlikely to be deemed necessary to add another starter-level quarterback. Jones has since suffered an Achilles tear, although Indianapolis is still interested in re-signing him. Another major injury complicates the veteran's arm path.
Yeah, it's
That's one of those good news, bad news things.
Yeah, that definitely is, man. He's
You want
he's
the good news, you want the bad news?
always, and let me leave with some good news. So hit me with the bad news first. I always say, that's
bad news. Buckner's out. Good news, Sauce is in.
There we go. I'm excited. I'm excited for Sauce over there if they can get stuff rocking and rolling. I know we sent him over there, but the one thing about Sauce Gardner is he does get injured sometimes, more so, and
we all get injured sometimes, my friend.
Yeah,
most of us getting out of bed.
Some of us getting out of bed, yeah. But yeah, we'll see how the Colts can do with these players coming back when they're healthy next year. I would love to see that, full recon. Let's do it, Let's go over to Houston, Texas, where Texans left tackle Arianti Ursary undergoes a thumb surgery and is questionable for Week 17. Winners of 7 straight, the Texans may go without both starting offensive tackles in a pivotal meeting in the Chargers Week 17. Left tackle Arianti Ursary underwent a thumb surgery on a broken thumb surgery on Tuesday, according to Aaron Willis. He's questionable as a result. The Texans have already ruled out starting right tackle Trent Brown, who's dealing with the knee and ankle injuries. A former Minnesota Golden Gopher, Ursary earned the Big Ten Offensive Lineman of the Year honors in 2024. The Texans spent a second-round pick on Ursary in the last spring draft. He has emerged as a full-time starter as a rookie. 6'6", 330 pounds, leads Texans offensive lineman with a 98.4% snap share. Pro Football Focus ranks Ursary play 62nd among 82 qualifying tackles. PFF has given him a higher grade as a pass blocker, which is 63.3, than in the running game, 52.9. Arianti Ursary was also a made-up guy for me at the Combine. C-Dub did not believe that Arianti Ursary was a real man, and he challenged my authority with that take. So
the way you were saying it, man, it didn't sound like a real person.
No, it didn't. And we're sitting there, and all we could do is he's right there. He's like, yeah, he's made up. You're lying.
Doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. No.
Hey, what is this? Vecna coming out of here? No, man, this is not real.
Speaking of,
I have upside down here.
I have to catch up on that.
But let's be fair. Before we end it, though, I mean, the Texans' offensive line has been in shambles for what, two and a half seasons now.
Dude, almost I didn't expect them to get this far.
Who cares?
I didn't expect them to get as far as they did this year with what they didn't have. I mean, they were running on fumes, second and third stringers this whole year. I don't know how they got it done.
Right, the kicker and the defense. You don't need a run game. You just need CJ dropping a couple passes, get in field goal range, and let the D work.
I'll tell you what, that defense is absolutely astonishing. Okay, the pressure that they bring to any offensive line and the quarterback and the TFLs they have all season, ridiculous. So
unless they're playing the Raiders, then
it's a problem. Let's get into the recap of what actually happened yesterday. So let's start off in Washington. You want to start, or do you want me to start, or?
Yeah, I'll go. So the Dallas Cowboys, getting a divisional win on the road, beat the Washington Commanders 30-23, and was actually a pretty good game overall. So I'll start with the winning side. Dak Prescott went 19-37 for 307 yards, 2 touchdowns, did take 6 sacks, but he was without a couple of weapons throughout the game. You know, you had Javonte Williams leave early with a shoulder injury for the second or third week in a row or something like that. And then also he lost his security blanket and Jake Ferguson due to a calf injury. And it just seemed like he could not get on the same page with CeeDee Lamb throughout the game. But it was an interesting day. But Malik Davis, 20 carries, 103 yards. Javonte, 13 for 54 and a touchdown. Hunter Lukey, 7 for 30. So he's been getting a lot of work. And then Dak got 4 carries for 24 yards. So as a team, they got 44 carries for 211 yards. We can run the ball 44 times. It typically spells a good day. In the receiving game, you had KaVontae Turpin set the Christmas Day touchdown record with an 86-yard catch and run for a touchdown. So it's good to see. He's got speed for days. George Pickens, 5 targets, 4 catches, 78 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 10 targets, only 5 catches, 46 yards. And then quite a few other players caught some passes. This Dallas defense continues to struggle. You only had 2 sacks throughout the game. You had 6 tackles for loss, 3 pass deflections, only 6 quarterback hits. And this Washington team was able to run the ball. You had Chris Rodriguez Jr., who was ruled out before the game due to an illness, which led the way for Bill to kind of dominate. So Bill went 11 carries, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. And that was pretty much all the production from the running game. You had Deebo Samuel get 2 for 25, and that's about it. But veteran quarterback Josh Johnson went 15 to 23, 198 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, was only sacked 1 time.
Yeah.
So pretty decent, efficient day, and he kept them in the game. You know, I believe this was his 10th career start. But Deebo Samuel, 4 targets, 2 catches, 68 yards. Scary Terry, 7 targets, 5 catches, 63. Ben Sinnott taking over for Zach Ertz, 4 targets, 3 catches, 29 yards. And a few other players caught some passes. But this Washington defense kind of harassed Dak all day. They got 6 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, 8 pass deflections, and hit the quarterback 11 different times. So pretty good divisional game. Cowboys were able to squeak it out the end. And, Commanders looking for a high pick to pair with Jane Daniels when he gets fully healthy next season.
Yeah, not for nothing, I did not expect this Washington defense to show up the way that they did. They were not letting him get comfortable in the pocket. They were chasing him all around. Even when he thought that he had, a little bit of wiggle room, they closed in very, very quickly yesterday. And they were very quick off the snap. They were getting after that offensive line. The only thing they couldn't defend was the run game. And I will say it wasn't the Javonte show. It was the Malik Davis show. And Malik Davis turned it up yesterday, but also Bill did too. So glad to see.
I think if Javonte didn't get hurt, he would have had obviously a much bigger game. He didn't play after, I think, the second quarter.
Yeah.
So,
and he was having a good game. You know what I mean? You're talking damn near 55 yards already, and you have a chance to run all over that defense. They don't really have that much going on over there. But yesterday they proved it wrong by getting after everything. And you're right, the timing was just off. There wasn't much that Dak could do. Turpin, he's just so damn fast, dude. He's so quick. I mean, you remember having one of our guests, I can't even remember who we had on, but he's friends with Turpin. So bad host on my end, but no, he was friends with Turpin. He told me about his speed, and that he's one of the fastest dudes. So it's like,
Turpin's a SMWW alum too.
Is he? Oh, that's right, he is. We did.
He went through the program.
We had that discussion. We did. But you want to move on to
Lions
and Vikings. Yep. So Brosmer got another chance.
Brosmer.
It was
Darvin Kidsey Jr., by the way.
Thank you. Sorry, Darvin. Sorry, Darvin. Don't mind me. It's been a long week. So Jared Goff went 18 for 29 197 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions and 5 sacks, and a loss to the Minnesota Vikings, 23-10. Detroit is now 8-8. Minnesota is now 8-8. And Jahmyr Gibbs went 17-41. David Montgomery 10-25. This Minnesota Vikings defense showed up trying to stop everything in front of them, including that run game. And by doing so, they were able to get 5 sacks, 8 tackles for a loss, and 8 QB hits. So they were getting after it. They had some really good blitz schemes that I saw, and they were just absolutely harassing Jared Goff. They were not letting him get comfortable either. After it was just broken up a couple times, he just couldn't feel that rhythm that he usually does have, that you could usually see. And I got to hand it to the Vikings because, again, they don't
humiliated him, dude.
They really did. And we don't know which Vikings defense is going to show up every week. It's like, it's like spin the wheel. You know what I mean? Whatever happens, happens. But this one, they showed up and shelled out. So Jared Goff actually fumbled 3 times and lost it 3 times. So, and Jahmyr Gibbs. So, you're talking Minnesota recovering the ball 4 times. When you win the recovery game or the turnover game, that usually helps out a lot. But
I don't think they got it. Their defense got a turnover at all, did they? Lions defense?
No, I think they got Max Brosmer to fumble it, but that was about it. They did have an intercept. They had 2 interceptions though. Okay. Harrison Smith. I'm sorry. No. Detroit didn't. No, they.
Yeah, I didn't think Detroit got any turnovers, right?
No, they didn't. But what I will say is this: they had 7 sacks and 6 tackles for a loss and 8 QB hits. Aiden Hutchinson was playing out of his mind yesterday. He was everywhere, and
he's the only one that wanted to go to the playoffs.
He was ready to rock and roll. So
he didn't get to go last year. He broke his leg, so he wanted to go play in the game.
So he started doing commercials. But Amon-Ra St. Brown got 13 targets, got 8 receptions and 68 yards out of it. And Isaac Tesla, again, just showing up, man. 4 targets, 3 for 49 and a touchdown. And he hit the ground hard on that touchdown, dude. He got it looked like he got the breath knocked out of him. And I felt so bad. He was all the way up there, came crashing down. But that's what happened last week. And he wasn't able to secure the ball. But this week he made sure it was like almost the same play. He made sure he came down with the ball and his hands were good. So Jameson Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs, and David Montgomery, all 2 receptions. So now they really just couldn't get everything rocking and rolling there with the 2 of them, or I'm sorry, with the 3 of them. But going over to the Vikings side, Max Brosmer went 9 for 16, 51 yards, 7 sacks, which really hurt. But they were able to run the ball pretty efficiently. So even Jordan Addison carried it for that 65-yard touchdown. Aaron Jones went 18 for 53 and a touchdown, and Ty Chandler went 7 for 24. And Max Brosmer ran when he had to. He had 2 for 16. So collectively, they went 28 for 158 and 2 touchdowns on the ground. And that'll do it, man. You run out the clock, you score on the ground. That'll really tire out any defense, throughout a game. But Max Brosmer ended up fumbling once.
Detroit got Brosmer just crushed him.
Yeah, but
by not passing the ball.
By not passing the ball, yes. But Harrison Smith, interception. Byron Murphy Jr., interception. Andrew Van Ginkel, recovery. 2 of them. They just did whatever they wanted on defense. So
that's how the Gink stole Christmas, dude.
Yeah, the Gink.
Andrew Van Ginkel, man.
That's such a badass name.
Hey, bro, yeah.
But at the end of it, the Vikings just did what they wanted on this field, and it showed. So and not for nothing, that place was rocking, man. You saw the crowd. I like the jerseys. I'm a fan of those jerseys. The whiteout. And I don't know. I think I do like this. Even though last week with the Who Dat, I did like the Who Dat chant. I think it's mad cool. But that skull one that's pretty tough too.
Yeah, I guess that's okay. I think it'd be way cooler in person. I think on TV it kind of
Absolutely.
looks lame.
Yeah.
But I think we do have to give Justin Jefferson his flowers. I believe he recorded the most receiving yards through the first 6 years or something like that. He passed Randy Moss.
The guy is an absolute menace, and he deserves all of it. Okay.
Yeah, Rosemer trying to give him the ball, and it was ugly.
Yeah, he was trying to force it. I do have to say, he was trying to force it.
They want him to have the record. But
And
I mean, they had a team net of 3 yards. If you did, obviously, which is you won an NFL game netting 3 passing yards. Just let's talk about that for a second. Like, how far back did we set NFL football on this beautiful Christmas day that we went through? Because the next game we're getting into wasn't much better. It was another divisional matchup. It was the Denver Broncos visiting the Kansas City Chiefs, of what very could well possibly been Travis Kelce's last home game. And the Broncos, didn't win handedly. They won 20-13. They went down into the mud with Kansas City, wrestled around, and barely got out of there alive. These two quarterbacks combined for 7 yards average depth of their pass. Like, Bo Nix averaged 4.8, Chris Aludikun 3.0. I guess I'll start with the winning side, because this game was very uneventful, and I mean, it wasn't very much exciting until the last 2 minutes.
Before you go into, like, I just thought that knowing Patrick Mahomes was out of this, I just thought the Denver Broncos would win by a lot more than this. That's all. Not a
Broncos
ton more.
can't win unless it's a 1-score game.
Fair.
They play down to their opponent or they play up to their opponent, depending on who it is.
Okay.
This is it's incapable. Sean Payton is incapable of programming Bo Nix to win by more than 1 score.
It's not going to happen.
All right, Boomer Bo. Bo knows that he can't score more than 1
Bo knows.
possession. All right, but Bo Nix, 26 of 38, only 182 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, was only sacked 1 time. This run game, as a collective, they went 32 for 128 yards and a touchdown, 14 of carries, 43 yards for RJ Harvey. Bo Nix went 9 for 42 and a touchdown. And then Jaleel McLaughlin, 7 for 40. And that's about it. In the receiving game, you had Cortland Sutton, 10 targets, 4 catches for 40 yards. RJ Harvey, 6 targets, 5 catches, 33 yards and a touchdown. And then quite a few other players caught a few passes, but they're all around line of scrimmage, bubbles. The average depth of target was not very good. And this vaunted Denver defense, only 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss, 1 pass deflection, and 7 quarterback hits. So, I don't know. Denver's defense wasn't looking too great, but they did seal the game to win. They stopped Kansas City from converting on a 4th and 8 late at the end of the game. So, Chris Ludicun went 13 of 22, 66 yards, 1 touchdown, and was sacked that 1 time. Kareem Hunt, 7 carries for 38 yards. Isaiah Pacheco, 9 for 32. That's about it. Receiving game, Travis Kelce, 6 targets, 5 catches, 36 yards. Out of this world. Juju, 3 targets, 3 catches, 16 yards. And then you had 3 other players catch a pass that didn't even go for 8 yards. So, but Rashard Smith did score his first career touchdown. He had 4 targets, 3 catches for 5 yards and a tutty.
That I did see.
Chris Aludikun, he fumbled and recovered his own fumble. And this Kansas City defense only got the 1 sack, 4 tackles for loss, 5 pass deflections, 6 quarterback hits. And this Nick Bolton interception was a pretty incredible play.
Mm-hmm.
It was a throw to the sideline, and it got tipped, and then he had the awareness to dive and catch the ball before going out of bounds. So it was a really great move, and then the kickers were perfect in this game. And, yeah, it was a Christmas Day night game that was extremely uneventful until the final 2 minutes. So
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
lot
go
of
spend
football
time with
we
your
did.
families. Go spend time with your families. That's the game. You could have just looked at the highlights for this. You
And
didn't need to.
shout outs to Nick Bolton having 12 total tackles, 6 solo, a pass deflection, the interception, and Shamari Connor having 10 total, 7 solo, and getting a QB hit in there. But yeah, I mean, that's all you could do is just tackle when somebody runs all over you. You know what I mean? So it's like, but it's
Yeah.
like the Chiefs are out of it, and you called it pretty good. As soon as when you called it last week, when the Tennessee Titans, that team's deflated, and I don't think that the Kansas City Chiefs know what it's like to be deflated. This is the first time in how many years that they haven't made the playoffs, and the first time that they've lost their. I don't want to say the first time they've lost their main guy, because they actually won the Super Bowl when Patrick Mahomes was out with I think it was a knee sprain or an ankle sprain at one point. It was really bad, but they were the underdogs, and they made it all the way to the Super Bowl and won. And I forget who was it David Moore?
Mahomes is. Oh, that's you're talking about when he got hurt in the game though. He did play in the game though.
Yeah, no. It's he was out for a bunch of.
It was Matt Moore, the Carolina Panther legend.
Yeah, you and your legends. So apparently,
he was.
I didn't know this. I didn't know that every if anybody who was on the Longhorns is considered a Texas legend. I was not aware of this. So
yeah, Longhorn legend, Texas legend, whatever you want to call it. It's just facts. It's just what it is.
Just throwing out legends everywhere.
That's it. You transfer out of the school, you're not a legend.
Right.
Then you become a former Longhorn legend.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's fair, I guess.
But can I just make a PSA?
Yeah, of course.
Can we make passing cool again? Can we get some passing game going? Like the only thing we got right now is Dak throwing for 250 to 300 a game, and you got Stafford, and that's it. Like I want passing games to be cool. Like obviously, I'm a big component of run the football,
right?
Control the game, control the clock, but like let's just make it cool again. Like it's okay to have 300-yard passing game. It's okay to throw the ball 35 times, 40 times, and try to get a bunch of yardage. Like we don't need all these dink and dunks. I know it's a different game, but like, come on, let's get some downfield shots. Let's make it exciting again.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it, and I feel like everybody this weekend was very conservative.
You're talking about on Christmas Day, right?
On Christmas Day, yeah. I mean, everybody. Don't get it wrong. The defenses were on point. Vikings were on point. Even though it was like 23-10, the Lions still got after it too. So that front line was just charging with full steam. But I agree with you. Let's those divisional games are very tricky. Harder to throw. Yeah. Hey, Brett Rippon is still there.
We watched the Saints and Jets game, and neither quarterback threw a pass 20+ yards down the field. Cook.
I don't think that's true.
Past 10 yards.
I don't think that's true.
Okay. Taysom Hill got one. He threw a 38-yard bomb to Olave.
What about Shuck? Didn't throw
not 20+. No.
I find that hard to believe. I feel like I feel like they both caught they both threw past Chris Olave.
Not 20+.
Dude, I mean, since everybody else was on board throwing the ball to Olave, I thought Brady Cook would go in there and just throw it to him too, even though it wouldn't count or anything. He didn't throw one pass over, what was it, 10 yards?
Yeah, over 10 yards.
When I was discussing that with you, it popped up on the big screen, and I was like, yeah. See, he has not passed one ball past 10 yards, and I'm like mind blown of like, dude, it's the end of the season. Just let him chuck it. Just let him,
be smart with it. But like, let's design some shots down the field. Like, what's the worst going to happen? You have an interception. He's going to throw one anyways. Let's come on. Like,
yeah, you have Mechie and Mitchell. Like, do it. Like whatever. It's just
I'm talking about all teams, not just specifically your Jets. It was just an easy example, but we need to get the passing game, the downfield passing game. We need to make that cool again. I know Burrow just bullied up on the Dolphins, so we got to see a hint of that. But we got to quit getting teased with it. Like, I want to see some big plays down the field. You pay all this money to all these receivers. Let's use them.
I'm telling
let's
you,
quit
this
being
week,
slot merchants, and let's quit being line of scrimmage, bubble screens, and dump offs, all that.
I'm telling you, this weekend, my friend, Cardinals, Bengals, they're going at it. Okay, it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be a 10-20 game. They are going to grip it and rip it, dude. Okay, I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Jacoby Brissett has thrown how many 300-yard games this year? And he's the backup. On top of that, Joe Burrow is waiting for another defense that he can carve up.
Let's be real. He's not the backup at this point. He's been the starter for most of the year.
No, of course. But at the same point, Joe Burrow is looking for another defense to just absolutely tear apart. And he's going to tear apart the Arizona Cardinals defense, which means Jacoby Brissett's going to have to catch up. And that's the way the game's going to go. It's just going to play catch up the entire game, back and forth, back and forth.
How many 300-yard games do you think he has? He's played in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
3.
7, 8.
I'm gonna say he had 300-yard games.
He's played in 11. He's played in 11 games.
4 then.
You're going with 3 or 4?
I'll go with 4.
It is 4.
Let's go, baby.
That's still not a lot.
Well, he wasn't the starter. So.
No, I only did games that he played in.
Okay.
I'm only talking games he's played in. So that doesn't matter if he's a starter or not. I think he was the starter.
What did he put up against Texans?
249. 249.
Okay, that's pretty good against the Texans. I will say that. That Texans defense is no joke. And he came in there, and McBride had one of his best games. That's his go-to man right there.
As it should be.
As it should be. But, you're my go-to guy. Let me tell you. I always have problems. I go to you.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, gotta be the fixer around here.
Yeah, hey, somebody's got to be the fixer. Somebody's got to be the destroyer. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
But for everybody watching, guys, please connect with us. Okay, follow us at Top Dog Coverage on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure you guys sign up, subscribe. We are up to 250 subscribers. We're making our way up to 500. So please join us. Also, check out topdogcoverage.com. Make sure you leave your vote on your favorite top 5 NFL teams. So you go to the poll, and all of the data and analytics will come to us, and then we can see who you guys like the most. But
we got a lot of polls out there too, a lot of posts on YouTube.
Yeah, we do have a lot of polls.
Let's get some votes going. Let's get some votes going.
And actually, if you guys have a good poll that you guys want to hear or know about, don't be afraid to email us at topdogcoverage@gmail.com. Okay, so that's topdog, DAWG, coverage@gmail.com. And let us know if you guys want to hear a poll, or if you guys have a take, or how your fantasy season went. Ooh. Mine went down the toilet very quickly.
I have a little bit of information regarding some fantasy stuff that we can get to at the end after you go through your stuff.
Oh no, we're done. We're done. Bring it.
All right, you want to know this?
Yeah, I want to know.
This is easily the biggest regret of my life. All right. So, mind you, let's say it's Christmas Day. Okay. Wake up. It's a beautiful day. It's Christmas.
It's Christmas, baby.
Santa came to visit us. It was great. Freaking birds were chirping. The light was shining. It was 80 degrees in Texas. So, tank tops are out. It's cool. But, I get the notification. Chris Rodriguez Jr. is out. Cool. I go pick up Bill. And that's where my story ends. I completely forgot to actually put him in my lineup. because I was getting ready. We were going to go to my wife's family's house or my in-laws, and I don't know, somewhere down the line,
Oh,
in the middle of picking them up, something happened. I got distracted. I had to go do something, and I forgot to put Bill in my lineup.
you
And
got a goose egg?
in this specific league, he scored 34 points.
Oh,
No, I had a full roster. I just forgot to switch him out because I was going to start him over Parker Washington,
dude.
and I forgot. I got busy and I completely forgot to look at it. And I was like, I saw him
What is
crushing it
wrong
today.
with
I was
you?
like, I saw him crushing it, and I was like, oh great, this is awesome. Then I still see him. He's on my bench. I'm like, wow.
Wow.
That's not what I asked for, Santa. But all right.
No, that's not what anybody asked for. I'll be real
Yeah.
with you though. My cousin decided to bench Trey McBride in order to get to the championship for George Kittle.
I mean, it doesn't sound egregious.
It
was this
doesn't,
past
but
week?
under no,
'Cause
this was
Kittle
against
outscored
Houston.
him.
This is against Houston when he went
Oh, this was a few weeks ago. Then
right. But he had
I'm in the championship, dude.
he lost. He couldn't get to the championship because of that. But yeah, that does suck. That does suck.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
very well could lose because I forgot and was an idiot and forgot to actually put him in my lineup.
dang.
So that one's gonna hurt. If I don't win, it's gonna hurt. If I do win, it won't matter.
All you can do is pray, my friend. Let it rock and roll. Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Go out there blazing. Accept it all. Take it all in. You're good.
Yeah.
You got this. Everybody
I'm in three ships, three of the 8 ships. So
pray for C-Dub. He made all playoffs in all 8 of his leagues. I made 4 out of 5, but C-Dub is the king of fantasy football this year on this show. Certainly wasn't me. Him and I
we're still facing each other in third place.
Yeah, you and I are still going against each other. I was hoping that you and I would start the championship in New Orleans, but that is not the way it happened. But that's okay. So it is what it is, you know. But
top 2 teams, we got beat by the scrappy.
and this
6, 7 seeds, whatever.
And people are not ready for this draft because we're drafting before the players get drafted to their teams. So we better be doing our homework to find out how good these players are and where they think they're really going to go. So
I think that's a nice little fun wrinkle, especially if it's a dynasty and most of us want to be within the space and working within football. Might as well.
Absolutely.
Make it fun.
But with that said, good luck to you. Good luck to you, kind sir. And that does it for us. So make sure that you guys do follow us at Top Dog Coverage, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and stay connected with us. Swipe up on those Apple and Spotify. Visit us at topdogcoverage.com and go fish around in there. You guys will have a great time on the website. Let us know what you guys like, what you guys don't like, and email us at topdogcoverage@gmail.com. But that does it for us. We hope that you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And we'll probably see you before the new year. So take care and happy holidays. Peace.